Hey everybody, it's Michael from Replica Airguns with another tabletop video review. Today we're looking at the KWC PT92 CO2 Blowback Airsoft Pistol. Might look familiar to you. I've reviewed many versions of this gun, some distributed by other companies, but all of them are going to be made by KWC like this one. Sometimes they're distributed by Umrex, sometimes they're distributed by Cybergun or Gletscher or Crossman. But again, today we're going to look at the KWC version, and this is the Airsoft version. You can get it in steel BB, you can get it in Airsoft, and again, you can get it distributed by a whole bunch of different other companies with different licenses on it. If you haven't already watched my field test shooting video, make sure to do that. This gun performed pretty good, got a nice high FPS. I'll share some of that information with you guys. And if you're interested in buying this product, we do have the full KWC lineup in our Canada store. We do have some limited KWC products in our US store, but typically we'll have this gun in some version, usually distributed by another company, but it is actually the same gun made by KWC. All right, let's get into some of the specifications. This is a full blowback, all metal design pistol. It shoots in semi and full auto, and I'll show you the selectable switch there, how to do that. You can also watch me shoot it in semi and full auto in that field test video. This gun uses 12 gram CO2 cartridges. It shoots 6mm plastic Airsoft BBs. It has a 27 round full-size dropout metal magazine that holds the BBs and the CO2. This gun weighs in at 2.4 pounds or 1,089 grams. It also shoots in single and double action. And during my field test shooting video, it produced 388 FPS using 0.25 gram Airsoft BBs. This gun does claim to have an adjustable hop-up system, although it's not your typical wheel. It also has fixed front and back sights with a single white center dot on the back. This gun is also fully field strippable and is a loose replica of a Beretta 92, but it's more typical of a Taurus. And again, this gun is distributed by KWC and made in Taiwan. It does come in this nice cardboard box here. Most of the KWC guns do come this way if they're distributed by KWC. On the back, we have some specifications here. Model number, blowback, adjustable hop-up, caliber, plastic BBs. It's got a manual safety, full metal, 21 rounds, 12 gram CO2 capsule, velocity there. Okay, you can see there. And you can see here, it's got the full auto on the front. I just want to make sure I pointed that out. You're also going to get an Allen key here with an extra CO2 basically screw. Sometimes these can get wrecked, so they include an extra one for you. You've got some Airsoft BBs, probably 0.20 gram Airsoft BBs, and of course you have your manual with some more specifications there, right? How to load it and stuff, how to field strip it. Okay, does it show you where the hop-up is, how to do that? So there it is showing you a hop-up adjustment. Okay, so it's a screw that you have to adjust. It's a little different. You would use a screwdriver to do that. Okay. I did quickly want to compare this to a few other pistols that I have here. Here's my GSG 92. This gun I got way back in the day. This is like quite old. It's so old that the screws on it are actually starting to rust a little bit, right? I think that's just from being exposed. It's interesting. They're kind of starting to corrode on this side. But on this side, they seem fine because this side sort of is flattened up against the styrofoam, and this is more open to the air. So interesting. This gun's getting pretty old, though. I'm sure I could just take these off and probably sand them down or whatever, maybe coat them in something, get them back up. But you can see you got a little wear going on here on the high spots, but it's really the same gun other than the markings on it. Both of these, this one didn't come full auto, but I did mod it. I did make a mod video for that. This gun does come full auto, ready to go. So if you wanna, if yours isn't full auto, you can watch that video. Maybe I'll put a link in the description, or you can search for it on my channel. But other than that, they're really the same, other than the markings. You can see you've got some kind of ugly white writing here. I think I tried to get rid of it. That's why it's kind of all blurred. But I just softened it a little bit. So here is the Beretta 92, and you can see it is different primarily in the safety setup. So I just wanted to show that. That's kind of what's different. So this is the Taurus design, and this is the Beretta 92 design. So the safety is more traditional versus this kind of lever version one here. You'll also notice the magazines are different, and you can't use them back and forth. And you'll also notice the trigger guards are a little bit different. But other than that, they're very similar. Okay, so let's take a look up nice and close of this PT92. So you can really see the detail. Okay, you do have, right, you do have a mounting rail here. No white dot sight in the front, open barrel, white dot, single post or single notch with a white dot right in the middle there. Okay, you have your slide catch release. Now this again does have some CO2 in it. I'm just going to take that out for the time being. Okay, so you can see you've got your slide catch release. It is in semi or safe right now. So that would be semi-auto. That would be full auto. Okay, just so you know the difference. And put it back in safe. All right, there's your magazine release. There's your takedown lever. We'll do that later on. You can see right through the mag well. Right, so you have semi and double, or sorry, single and double action. So there's your single action, double action. Okay, some markings on the gun, but not too bad. And even this one you can see, you're starting to get that little bit of wear there. They just do that. These KWC, the finish on them, they do wear in the high spots. Some people like that. Some people feel it gives the gun some character, makes it look more realistic. You know, when a gun's like perfect, it doesn't really look like it's a gun that you are actually using. You have the recessed barrel. Okay. Of course, your magazine, your CO2 goes in the bottom. Your valve there. Load it from the top. Okay, it is a sort of double stack magazine. That's why it holds so many rounds. All right, let's just do a quick, right? Let's just do a quick fire a few shots. That's semi, full auto. All right, pretty cool. All right, let's field strip it. So we're gonna take the magazine out. We're gonna take the lever down here. Now the slide just comes right off the front. So apparently that's the hop-up screw right there. Okay, so you just need a little screwdriver, and you can adjust it by turning it clockwise and counterclockwise. Now of course this barrel comes out. If you want to take it right out, you can take it right out. Totally disassemble this gun. We're not going to do that at this point. Just going to put it back together. I just wanted to show you that. Okay. There it is. All right, let's talk some pros and cons here. The KWC PT92 is an all-metal constructed gun, gives it that nice heavy weight and feel. It also has that full-length blowback action with a nice heavy recoil we all like. It's a fairly accurate Beretta 92 Taurus replica. It does also have that single and double action trigger, and both of them feel good. Obviously, the single action trigger is going to feel a little bit better, a little lighter, a little shorter. It does come with that double stack style magazine that holds the CO2 and the Airsoft BBs, and you're not going to find a lot of ugly writing on it, specifically those warning instructions. Just some basic KWC branding. This gun again is fully field strippable, and as I showed you, does have an adjustable hop-up system. It's also nice that it has that recessed barrel for added realism, and I found the FPS to be fairly high for a full blowback gun like this. It's also nice that the KWC PT92 has semi and full auto capability. A few cons. The finish again on KWC guns in general does wear off quickly in the high spots, but it seems to be getting better over the years. Still going to make your gun look a little bit more used, I guess, and that's okay for some people. Again, you're going to find that full blowback action, but it will eat up a lot of CO2. Now, shooting it in full auto is a little crazy. It's going to use up tons of CO2, and you're not going to hit much with it, but it is kind of fun, at least the first few times. Then you'll probably go back to just shooting in semi-auto. All right, again, I want to thank you for watching another Replica Airguns video. And don't forget to subscribe before you head out if you haven't already. If you're interested in buying this specific airgun, I'll put links in the description for this version over on our Canada store. I'll put a link to something similar in our US store. May not be exactly the same, but something similar. You can also get it in a variety of different versions, as I mentioned before. If you're interested in other products, air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories, then again, check out our Replica Airguns Canada and US stores over at replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.